blow. Ice Cube, a major voice in sports and entertainment, flat out said Angel Reese was not worth the $5 million that was once offered to Caitlin Clark.
And then we got Ice Cube bombing on Angel Reese, talking about, man, she's not worth the money that Caitlin Clark was worth.
His exact words? Caitlin Clark unlocked millions of dollars for the WNBA. We didn't hear that about Angel Reese.
Ice Cube had to say about the Angel Reese in the rack. This is the star power. Every city, every state, anywhere in the world that she goes, it's gonna look like pandemonium.
Chicago was Angel Reese's city until Caitlin Clark showed up.
Give Caitlin Clark all the miles so she won't. She running Chicago, the queen of the rack.
She didn't even play, yet fans swarmed her like she was MJ in his prime.
Because it looked like
over 20 minutes signing autographs for over 200 fans.
Signed over 200 autographs. Was out for a long period of time, signing for fan after fan. So trying to make sure, that she still is accessible to the fans here and helps create memories for so many of them. Here was Caitlin continuing to sign.
Many of whom didn't even know she was going to be there. It wasn't staged. It wasn't sponsored. It was pure. One woman giving her time and attention to the people.
Was out for a long period of time, signing for fan after fan.
What happened to Miss Angel Reese? What happened to that? Because it looked like Caitlin Clark went to Chicago and took the city over.
People are showing up just to witness Caitlin Clark. It's like she's the damn Beatles.
CC with MJ. CC get treated like MJ.
Pressure from Caitlin Clark to return even more so she can come back at full strength.
That's not ego. That's wisdom. And that's what makes Caitlin different. Not just the shots, the stats, or the swagger, but the substance. People are tired of drama, tired of forced rivalries. They want someone to root for who's consistent, humble, and real. That's Caitlin Clark. And it's why Chicago and the entire WNBA fan base is standing with her.
Caitlin Clark went to Chicago and took the city over. It looked like she took the city over.
Autographs, chants, packed stands, all for Caitlin. She didn't take the court. She took over the city. Drop a comment if you're riding with Caitlin Clark all the way.
I don't think you can have a more great role model than Caitlin Clark.
Caitlin are filled with signs and jerseys for Caitlin. Not the home team. It's not just about her talent. It's about the way she carries herself. Even off the court, while dealing with injury, she still steps up.
Caitlin Clark adding a little carpal tunnel to her groin issue.
That's leadership. That's maturity. That's what real stars do.
I don't think you can have a more great role model than Caitlin Clark.
And the league is feeling it too. Sponsors are aligning. TV ratings are surging. Merchandise is...
Clark unlocked millions for the WNBA.
Chicago was buzzing for Barbie Night, a big game between the Fever and the Sky.
The Indiana Fever played the Chicago Sky on Barbie Night.
But the biggest moment of the night? It didn't happen during warm-ups or the tip-off. It happened before the game even started. Because while Angel Reese was expected to shine in front of her home crowd, it was Caitlin Clark, sidelined and in street clothes, who completely hijacked flying. Cities she's never even played in are buzzing before she lands.
Caitlin Clark took over the city of Chicago, and this is the star power that Ice Cube was referring to. Every city, every state, anywhere in the world that she goes, it's gonna look like this. It's gonna look like pandemonium.
This is the Caitlin Clark effect, and it's very real. Now let's talk about Angel Reese for a second. She's talented. She's marked the atmosphere. Fans flooded the arena hours early, not just to see basketball, but to catch a glimpse of Caitlin.
They was running down on Caitlin Clark like she was Michael Jordan.
The United Center transformed into a shrine for her. Fever jerseys outnumbered Sky ones.
This was at the United Center. She's signing a bunch of autographs for fans there gathered.
Grown men, kids, families, all waiting in lines, holding signs, chasing autographs. Marketable. She has a future in the league. But somewhere along the way, she got more obsessed with being compared to Caitlin than with growing herself. And that obsession is starting to backfire.
And you don't have to turn to attach yourself to this girl at every single turn anymore.
When you constantly position yourself as someone else's rival and the fans never truly see it that way, you end up playing catch-up to a story you didn't write. That's where Angel is right now. And the fans, they're walking away. Not because and Caitlyn, she delivered. She spent over 20 minutes signing more than 200 autographs.
Caitlin Clark, while she's got a break from the action, doesn't get a break from the autographs. The
fans standing there, she signed autographs for like 2-3 hours.
Going row by row across the arena.
Caitlin Clark spent 20 minutes signing autographs. She made her way 2/3 of the arena. She signed literally.
Angel isn't good, but because Caitlyn is great and doesn't need to tear anyone down to prove it.
CC with MJ. CC get treated like MJ in the rack. Give Caitlin Clark all the miles so she won't. She running Chicago, the queen of the rack. Because it looked like Caitlin Clark went to Chicago and took the city over.
Hundreds of autographs.
She signed autographs for hours. Real people trying to get autographs.
People weren't just watching her. They were sprinting down from the upper decks, hoping to get a handshake or even a moment of eye contact. It was Beatlemania in sneakers.
People are showing up just to witness Caitlin Clark. It's like she's the damn Beatles.
Even commentators were stunned. The crowd wasn't reacting like this for any player in uniform. They were reacting like Caitlin Clark was the main event to clap back. She doesn't have to flex on Instagram. She doesn't have to remind anyone of her value. Her presence speaks volumes.
You are a star in your own right, but you are not Caitlin Clark. It's a difference.
She doesn't talk trash. She doesn't beg for attention. She earns it with grace, professionalism, and a rare emotional intelligence for someone still in her rookie season.
She understands the responsibility of being the face of the league.
This is why families bring their kids to see her. This is why entire arena fans showed up and showed out, not for Chicago, but for Caitlin. She didn't have to score a point to own the spotlight.
Caitlin Clark went to Chicago and took the city over.
She was the show. The wildest part? Most people didn't even know if she would play. She'd been dealing with a groin injury, but still, the masses came, not to see the game, to see her.
People didn't know whether or not Caitlin was...
lie, the numbers don't.
And right now, Caitlin Clark is moving numbers, moving fans, and moving culture. While Angel is still trying to manufacture a rivalry at every turn, Caitlin has done nothing but stay focused, stay poised, and keep elevating. And the fans, they've noticed, they've chosen. In fact, many of them have completely abandoned the hype train around Angel, not out of hate, but because Caitlin gave them into her trap and took it over.
We talked about the other day in New York, but you just have to appreciate about Caitlin Clark in these games. She knows a huge portion of these fans were hoping to see her play, and obviously they're not getting to. But she goes out of her way to make sure pregame she's signing autograph after autograph. We talked about the other day in New York when it was
not just now, not just for one game, but for the long run.
Fever dog, but also let's take a moment for KK, okay? She's that moment today. She's that girl always. Thank you. Don't speak. Nothing like getting a nice little dub.
I think so. I mean, I think it's hard not to when you don't get a lot of rest and recovery.
Caitlin Clark thing and why he would not offer the money to Angel Reese. With Caitlin Clark, it was just to unlock millions of dollars for the league. They didn't tell us the same thing about Angel Reese, so I don't know if we can make that same offer.
That's brutal. Not because it's mean, but because it's honest.
Yeah, she's not worth 5M. Sorry. Caitlin Clark is.
This isn't about who talks the loudest. It's about who brings results.
Men lie when
playing that game until the very end. There are hundreds of fans that were there to see Caitlin Clark.
That's not just star power. That's cultural impact.
You know that every game is a home game thing. Though the Liberty and the Valkyries have something to say about that from what I've seen so far this year. But you see.
And while Angel Reese was prepping for her big night at home, Caitlin Clark walked into her city.
Her Reebok campaign, come to your trap, take over your trap. What happened to that?